guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Jasmine. It's nice to meet you. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be going through an Amplify dupe that I found on Amazon, and the company is called Aurola. I ordered 4 pairs of shorts, 1 pair of leggings. None of them are a one-to-one match with the Amplify leggings that I do have in terms of color, but at least I can go over the scrunch detail, the waistband compression, and the inseam short length. All right. Without further ado, let's get into it. So we have the color Stormy Sea. I'm most excited about this color because it's almost identical to the ALPHALETE Amplify charcoal color. And in my past video, I said that I really enjoyed the charcoal because you can sort of mix and match it with any other color. And I was a little bummed that I couldn't get my hands on the charcoal amplifies. But with the Aurolas, I don't have to anymore. I could mix this with the Amplify and it looks totally fine. I realized I didn't have any clips of me actually wearing the different colored tops with the bottoms, and this is like 2 months later, but you know, better late than never. I threw on the Amplify long sleeve in charcoal really quickly for you guys so you could see the color difference between charcoal and Stormy Sea. Like, come on now. Almost exactly the same. The color difference is extremely slight, so I would say that the top is a little bit darker than the Aurola leggings, but from a distance you can't tell much of a difference, and I think you can totally get away with it if you don't actually have the Amplify shorts in charcoal. One more thing to note, this is a newer color by them in the shorts. I have the 3 other colors and they all had the heat press logo, but this one actually has it stitched into the fabric, so you don't have to worry about it coming off as you wash it. I don't have the Amplifies in Victory Blue to do a color comparison, but I figured I would just show you guys these. It's a really pretty blue color. I like them a lot. I am a 5'8" for reference, and this is where they come. It's a very comfortable length. I would say that they're very similar to that of the Amplifies. Both are actually a 4.5 inch short. The size small Aurolas are actually the same width as the size medium Amplify shorts. They both look pretty identical. Each has the 3 tiers of compression. Looking at the booty scrunch, there's 4 columns. With the Aurolas, there are actually 5 columns. The scrunch will go all the way to the butt contouring at the top, whereas with the Amplify, there's a little bit of space between the booty scrunch and the contour. And with the Aurolas, there's actually more space between the booty scrunch and the crotch gusset, whereas on the Amplify, that distance is a little bit shorter. The stitching is also fairly different. On both, you can see the stitching is not perfect. There are definitely some issues. Both came with problems. So in terms of quality, I don't know. Would you rather pay $56 or $32, you know? And as you can see, the way that these are stitched are also quite different. I would say that this crotch gusset has more flexibility than that of the Aurolas. This one is definitely a little bit more rigid. They aren't squeezing me too much within the thighs. Both are doing pretty much the exact same thing, accentuating the glutes. There's less material here than the size medium in the Amplify, which I like because I only got a medium in the Amplifies because they would provide some extra length. In a previous video I mentioned I do have a fat pocket underneath my glutes, and this covers it quite nicely. There's 3 levels just like in the Amplifies, and it is pretty snug up here. I'd say it's about the same, I think. Yeah, it feels about the same as the Amplifies, maybe even just slightly tighter because these are a size small. The next color I'm gonna go over is the black cherry. I would have to say that the waistband is definitely a lot higher than the Amplifies. It's not uncomfortable by any means, but if that's something that might bother you, or if you're worried that your sports bra, if it's a little bit longer, might connect at the bottom, then I think I'm gonna be wearing these shorts kind of often simply because they're quite similar to my favorite pair of R6 Revivals. The Aurolas have more of a purple undertone. This has more of a red undertone. These would probably be most similar to I think Aurola came out with a sun-dried tomato. And then we have the Ponderosa green. I think that these were trying to mimic that of the darkest pine. These honestly remind me of Philly's green. So if you're ever going to an Eagles game and you need comfy shorts, although I guess if you're going to an Eagles game, it's gonna be cold. If you have the leggings, it would definitely work. I mentioned before they're supposed to mimic the darkest pine. These are a little bit more green in comparison. As you can see, these shorts have the same contour detail as the amplifies. So there's the thigh contour and then the back glute contour. This contour is a little bit taller than that of the amplifies. They actually meet the scrunch, whereas there's some room between the scrunch and the contour on the Amplify leggings. I said that these hold up well when sweating. I know with the Amplify colors, the lighter you go, the easier it is to see sweat. These are darker, so it's a little bit more difficult. I've worn both the Ponderosa green and the Victory blue to the gym, and even if I did have some sweat, it does dry extremely quickly. I wouldn't really worry about that sort of thing. The last thing that I will mention about these leggings is the fact that these are a lot less soft. The Amplifies definitely have more of a brushed feel to them. I think I prefer the feel of these though, because I wore my Amplifies to the gym and I had a barbell sitting across my midsection and they began to snag a little bit and they had more pilling. These, I did a whole leg workout and I didn't have a single problem. Okay, and here we have the black Aurola leggings. Right off the bat, I noticed that the material was quite different. These are thicker and they have a tighter waistband. Both of those things could be pretty good if you're worried about tummy control, and in terms of the thickness, that hides a little bit more cellulite. I noticed that most of the amplifies that I wear, I can see the cellulite in the back of my thighs and my glutes. So if that's something you're concerned about, I would definitely go for the Aurolas. I did wear these all day yesterday, and I did wear them to the gym as well. I noticed that they easily pill on the thigh contour. I wore them with a raincoat and my jacket was rubbing against them for the majority of the day. I wouldn't have thought it would be a problem. I've worn my amplifies out all day and I didn't have that issue. I noticed that online they did address this. They are trying to make changes. So hopefully within the future releases, there isn't that much of a problem. The last thing to note is the length of the leggings. I'm 5'8". And these leggings come up a little bit high on me in comparison to the Amplifies. Those are a full length legging on me. The ALPHALETE leggings are a 26.5 inch inseam, whereas the Aurolas, I believe, are a 25 inch inseam. Looking at the panel detail on the side of the thigh, the Amplify leggings stop at the knee, but the Aurolas go a little bit further. In my opinion, that's not really a make or break for these leggings, but if you prefer the contour to stop a little bit sooner, go for the Amplifies. If you're curious about the fabric composition, let me just double check. These are 51% polyamide, 38% polyester, and 11% elastane. The Amplify shorts, they're 56% nylon, 34% polyester, and 10% spandex. Some of you might be wondering what the difference is between nylon and polyamide. So I did a little bit of Googling because I honestly don't know myself. So the key difference between nylon and polyamide is that nylon is a synthetic material, whereas polyamides can actually be either natural or synthetic. I went on Aurola's website and they didn't specify whether or not they're using a natural or a synthetic polyamide, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay, so that concludes the try on portion of this video. So let's break things down. When it comes to the waistband, I would say that both are pretty even. I was reading some reviews on Amazon and some people were saying that the scrunch butt wasn't doing enough justice for their glutes, but I would say it's about the same, if not identical. Again, the major difference is the fact that the Aurolas will have a longer scrunch. It will go all the way to the top. Sometimes it does peek through, but nobody should be looking that close. So if you had to ask me which ones I would buy, I would definitely go for the Aurolas over the Amplifies. Number one, Amplifies are always sold out. If you try to buy them on Poshmark or Mercari, everyone's always selling them for at least $100, and in my opinion they're not really worth that, especially when you can buy this dupe, these Aurolas, for only $32. Amplifies are $20 more. You're only paying the $20 more just for the name brand. So that concludes this video. If you found it helpful, hit that like button down below and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss future content that I post. Without further ado, I will see you guys.